Thanks. It feels so good to be back.
My name is Crystal Rosas. You hear me every morning on The JV Show. We got Troye Sivan with us in our...
Thanks so much for having me. This is so fun.
Yeah, in our Wild 94.9 VIP lounge. It is packed with all of your favorite fans.
Yes. Hello, hello.
So I was asking one of my coworkers about you. I was like, what do you know about Troye Sivan? He told me, well, I know he's a YouTube kid. Mm-hmm. That's not offensive, right?
Not at all, no, yeah.
I mean, it's cool.
Totally true, yeah.
He has some songs out, and he acts a little bit.
I do act a little bit, yes, that's also true.
And he's a big activist for the LGBTQ community.
All true.
So I definitely want to ask you about all that stuff.
Okay, cool.
I saw in one of your interviews that you said that you like to watch makeup tutorials.
Oh my God, I love it. Yeah, it's so relaxing. I don't know if you guys do it, but sometimes I watch them on double speed if the person's talking a bit slow.
Really?
But yeah, no, I do watch a lot of makeup tutorials.
Do you ever put makeup on?
No, not really, unless for work, like, if I'm doing like a shoot or something like that, but, or sometimes I'll like carry a concealer in my like toiletry bag, and then if I've got like a spot, I'll cover it up, but, yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't know.
And who do you like to watch? Like, who are your favorite?
My favorite is, this girl, Desi Perkins.
Desi, yep.
She is so good at makeup. Like, it's not like the typical like Instagrammy makeup. It's like gorgeous, like beautiful, glowy bridal makeup, and yeah, she just does nice stuff. But it's just, and her voice is really relaxing. It's like, yeah, super calming.
So you just like to watch it. You're not gonna like be over here in glam.
No, I don't think I'm gonna be in full glam anytime soon. I mean, I'm like totally open to it, and like have played with makeup in the past, but no, it's not something that I like feel inclined to do on a daily basis.
And now to your music, your single, My. We do play here on Wild.
Yeah, thank you for playing it.
Did you guys watch the music video for that? Yeah. Okay.
Good.
You went full on Madonna Vogue. Like,
Really?
that was, yes, it was so inspiring. And do you like rehearse for something like that? Did it just happen when you were there? Have you been pretty much rehearsing your whole life for something like that?
Yeah, that's definitely the answer. I've wanted to, I think like the way that I sort of carried myself in the video is like the way that I would have carried myself when I like locked my bedroom door as a kid and like would put on really loud music and just like dance however you feel, without like any inhibitions. Exactly. And so yeah, it just felt so good. I knew when I wrote the song, I was like, okay, I've got a video idea. I could picture the whole thing, black and white, the warehouse, all that stuff. But I knew that it needed to be, because there's no narrative in the video, there's no story, so I just had to kind of carry it with just performance, and I was like, this is not going to work unless I give it like 200%. And
you gave it like 5,000%. I was there for it. I loved it. It was so
Thank
great.
you.
And now a little to your acting. You have a movie coming out soon. What's the name of it?
It's called Boy Erased. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You filmed it last year?
Yeah, I filmed it in Atlanta last year, and yeah, I'm really excited about it. I think it's going to be a really important movie. It's based off of a memoir, so it's a true story about this kid who got sent to a gay conversion therapy camp, basically to try and like turn straight. And now I would like to think that we all know that doesn't work, but I think it's going to be a really just touching and important story because it's still happening all over the place. And so I'm hoping that this is going to kind of educate people a little bit, that there are alternate methods that are not conversion therapy, such as like acceptance. Yeah.
And you were working with A-list actors. He was working with Nicole Kidman and Russell Crowe. How was that?
Well, I never met Russell Crowe because we didn't have any scenes together. Nicole Kidman, we had one scene together, and I'm like hardly in it. I'm like, so she is, I don't want to give any spoilers away, but she drives up in a car, and I'm like sitting just in the background. We don't say a word to each other or anything like that, but I'm in the background of all of these shots, just like trying to not freak out that it's Nicole Kidman. I think we said like 3 words to each other, but she seemed lovely.
We had a question from someone in the audience that asked if you can ever go back or not go back, but if any of the movies or shows, anything, who would you love to play?
Wait, like a character?
Yeah, a character.
What would have been really fun? I feel like it would be fun to, even though I don't really like these shows. Oh no, you know what? I know what it is. I want to be a guest judge on an episode of America's Next Top Model.
Oh my God, that would be so good.
That would be so fun.
That would be fun.
Like one of the mentors on the shoot, you know? That would be really fun.
And so last thing. Oh yeah, your sorry, I'm like drawing a little blank.
No, that's all right.
But you and the LGBTQ community.
Ah.
I wanted to ask about that because I know in a lot of interviews you said that you had to hide for a long time that you were gay.
Mm-hmm.
And for you, in your experience, was there like, not a trigger, but like a moment where you're like, okay, I'm ready? Or was it a build up, or was there something specific that happened? You were like, I just need to come out. I need to tell everyone.
So the way that it worked for me was I think I like always knew that I was like different, but I didn't. Well, no, I did. I knew that I was gay. I basically knew that I was gay since I was really, really young. Like for as long as I can remember, I've remembered thinking like, that's scary to think about. And then one day I was with my best friend, and we were like 14 maybe, and we got on the topic of like deep, dark secrets. I was like, do you have any deep, dark secrets? And she said, yes. I still don't know what hers is, but whatever.
Probably not as important.
Yeah. And she was like, do you have one? And I was like, well, I guess, there is that like one thing. But I hadn't even let myself really think about it at all. It was like something that I just completely pushed out until that moment. And I couldn't even believe that I was like in that moment. But then after like maybe 2 hours of her kind of like coaxing it out of me, I admitted that maybe I might be bisexual. and then I told her, I was like, let's please never speak about this again. I went home and I felt like I was going to vomit the entire way home. And I was like, what did I just do? Like, that is something that I never, ever thought that I was ever going to tell anybody. And so then what it did, though, is it kind of forced me to like fast track this process of self-acceptance and like self-exploration. And so I just went online and I started watching YouTube videos about like coming out and watching videos of like pride parades and stuff, and started to just realize that I wasn't alone and that it was like completely fine and normal, and started to like put out little feelers with my parents, being, like I'd talk about someone gay and see if they'd say something bad, and they never did. So I was like comforted by that. And then eventually one day I just like felt ready, and I retold that friend again, like as if it was the first time I was telling her. She was like, yeah, I know. And then from then onwards, I never looked back. I told my parents like a couple months later, and that was the end of that.
That's so cool. And someone had a question that kind of tied into that, which I wanted to get to. What is the biggest piece of advice you can give to someone struggling with their identity and finding themselves?
Biggest piece of advice, I would say take your time. Like, there's no need to rush anything, and no need to like ever label yourself if you don't want to. It's your journey, and you don't have to tell anyone anything that you don't want to tell anyone. And just like take your time and figure yourself out, because like I think it's a lot more complex than people make it seem. It's like a spectrum, and all of it is okay. So it's just like take your time to figure out where you fit into things, and then if you want to, you can kind of like share that with the world. If you don't want to, then that's also fine. But just like, be patient with yourself.
Okay, yeah, that's great advice. Another question that we have from a viewer is, what's your favorite memory from when you've been in the Bay?
Ooh, whoa, that's a good question. Maybe, the shows have always been so fun here. And now, like, this has been really fun. Also, I went to a beach nearby here a couple of months ago that, if I remember correctly, the sand was like black. Is that a thing here?
Do any of those here?
Like, it was when I was
just
shooting
really dirty, probably?
It was, no. It was when I was shooting the There For You video. We were up on like a hill, and then I looked down and I saw black sand, and it was really, really pretty, and we went down there.
So cool.
Yeah.
Another question is, what is the most embarrassing thing that's happened to you on tour?
I've like almost vomited on stage a couple times, so I had
Vomited on stage?
So I ran off.
Ran off. Okay, not on stage. Cool.
Yeah. So almost, and I was just like,
wait, so what does that come from? Just overeating, or like?
Yeah, you're not supposed to. I like just ate right before the show or something like that, which I shouldn't have done, and have since learned to not do. But it's tough, like if you've got a really busy day and there's no time, and then you don't want to play the show on an empty stomach, but you also don't want to play it on a full stomach. It's like kind of a hard thing to figure out.
Mm-hmm. What is one of your worst Valentine's Day experiences?
Ooh. I don't know if I have any bad Valentine's Day experiences. I had some like bad dates back in the day. I had someone like get on a dating app in front of me while we were on a date once. Yeah.
That's not an indication that the date's not working out. Like, I don't really know what.
And it's also like a specific dating app that's like kind of a raunchy one. Like it's not just like for like sweet dates and love.
It's like Grindr.
Yeah, it's totally that. So I was just like, oh, all right.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go home now.
that's not cool.
Have a fun night.
And for our single ladies, what is something that you think that single girls or boys can do for Valentine's Day?
Hang out with your family. Take yourself out for a meal. I go on dates by myself all the time. I love going out for sushi by myself.
Well, thank you so much for coming. Any plans for your album, a date maybe, or a tour soon?
No. No. I'm planning all of that, but I haven't like announced any of it yet. So, but I'm desperately trying to not say the word soon, but in the near future, it'll come. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much for hanging out with us.
Thank you so much for
And-
having me. This is so
Woo!
fun.
Everyone give it up for Troye!
Thank you guys. Thanks. Thank you.